is the definition of anti-hero. Me in a nutshell. What else are we expecting at this point? Prince of Thorns. First off, this book has been through things. Not from me. Library book. Hello. Yes. Honestly, I did not know what I was expecting to read. Kind of fightery, warish fighter kind of a deal, I guess, because of, well, because of the cover, really. Anyway, so we follow Jorg. Is that how you say his name? Jorg? Anyway, he is a prince. Or so we told. He is, when we first meet him, he is 13 years old, and he's basically a cutthroat leader of a gang of marauders, kind of a deal. I mean, he is the definition of anti-hero, really, and it's the main character. It's the one we're following throughout. Honestly, I couldn't really say what the book was about, because it's hard to say. But basically, we're just kind of going through things. It's like we're on a road trip and we go to his daddy, the king. Is he the king or is he the lord? One of those things. Anyway, this is going to be so hard to explain. Oh yeah, he's going back to the castle and taking back what's rightfully his. That's the whole journey, isn't it? Honestly, I got kind of stuck on the whole him being this very young kid, basically being this bloody killer and pirate kind of dude. You know, he kills people right, left, and center, even his own men if he has to. You don't want to root for him, but then you kind of end up doing it anyway, and you're like, what just happened here? It's an interesting book. It's an interesting book, and I'm very curious to read book 2 and 3. I will go do that, and hopefully by the end of the trilogy, I can kind of summarize, because I'm just like, that's me right now. That's me right now. He's on his journey, on his way to take back what's his. Something like that. Something like that. Interesting. I really like the writing, though. It's my first Mark Lawrence book. I kind of decided to pick up the first series of his before picking up the book burning thingamajig, which is I don't remember what it was called. I'll put a picture up. It was the first book I saw of his, and then I realized he has a lot of books, and a lot of them are at the library, so I'm gonna go through them now. So this was just the beginning. And why am I still talking? I don't know. I'll see you in a bit when I've read book 2. King of Thorns, the second book in, what is it called again? The Broken Empire. This feels like the middle book. It feels like a very, very dark series. That's the biggest thing I have to explain the series, is that it feels very dark. We have the anti-hero. We have Jorg. He's king now-ish. Yeah, he's king. And he's not a great king. I mean, he never set out to be a great king. He's a bad person, really. So we are following the bad guy in this thing, but at the same time, is he better or worse than the other supposedly bad guy? I mean, his enemy as such. That's a different question altogether. So this series, it feels dark and long and like we're in a world where we don't want to be. That's the basic gist. It's definitely one of those middle books where I feel like we're on a very long journey and we're just walking on the same path forever and ever and ever, and we're not really getting anywhere. I do think it's going to be concluded in the third and final book, because otherwise we do have a problem. I mean, we do have a problem now, but there's not a whole lot I can say about this book, because spoilers, and also I really don't know what to say. It's just that it feels like we're on this, think of it as like the journey in Lord of the Rings. They're just walking forever in different countries, sites, because it's New Zealand and that's what it looks like. This just feels like we're walking in a cave, like a massive cave, underground cave, that we're just walking along in the dark, not knowing where we're going or what we're seeing or anything like that. That's kind of what this book feels like to me. I'm hoping I can get a conclusion and a better summarization once I've read book 3. But so far, I feel like I'm in the dark. Yeah. Emperor of Thorns is a brutal, poetic, and deeply satisfying conclusion to the trilogy, to the Broken Empire trilogy. I keep saying trilogy, and I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's trilogy. Trilogy is what I mean. If I say trilogy again, it's trilogy that I mean. There you go. It's very hard to talk about the last book in a trilogy without spoiling the whole series, so I'm gonna attempt to sum up the series. What is this claw thing hand? I don't know, but it's there. It's there for you. Yeah. Me in a nutshell. What else are we expecting at this point? So, The Broken Empires, third book. It is a series that follows Jorg, and also, side note here, if I mispronounce names, yeah, I don't know how they're supposed to be pronounced, so I'm just making it up as I go. Back to the story at hand. Back to whatever I'm supposed to be saying right now. Jorg is a prince turned outlaw whose past has been carved by trauma and whose future it's shaped by his relentless hunger for control and power. He is one of the most morally complex protagonists in modern fantasy. He's equal parts terrifying and compelling. You can't help but root for him, even though he's kind of the bad guy and the whole thing. You can't help yourself. It just is what it is. So what Mark Lawrence does in this series, he's juggling time shifts and internal monologue. He's juggling time shifts and internal monologues, which is just gritty action, and you're put into this fractured psyche that is Jorg, and you're just kind of here for it, aren't you? What I'm trying to get at is basically his writing is sharp, often lyrical, and it's always like thought-provoking. So it kind of leaves you hanging, but then kind of gives you the answers along the way. It's definitely a series that, had I not like gotten into my head that all these books were at the library, I probably wouldn't have picked it up unless someone said, let's read this book series together, and I would be like, okay, fine, yeah, sure, why not? Because I just read whatever. It's not one that I would have reached for on my own, had I not been incensed in some way. You get me? You get me. It's not a happy story, this series, but it is a powerful one. So that's basically my take on this series. Yeah. I don't have much more else. I don't have much else more to much. I don't have anything else to say. So, you know, thank you so much for watching. Have you read this series? Do you wanna tell me more about the series? Because obviously I cannot do anything. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I shall see you all next time. Until then, take care. Bye bye.